And it was 5 years ago that oil began gushing from BP's oil well into the Gulf of Mexico. And as Jackie DeAngelis reports from Norco, Louisiana, the impact on business is still being felt today.
This was the scene 5 years ago today. Thousands of gallons of oil gushing into the Gulf of Mexico following the explosion on BP's Deepwater Horizon platform, resulting in the biggest environmental disaster in U.S. history.
Here we are 5 years after the fact, and for a deepwater operator, it will never be the same.
That's the takeaway felt by nearly everyone. Not for big oil doing business here, not for the seafood industry, not for the environment. But that doesn't mean that business isn't getting done. It just means it's changing. As a matter of fact, the pace of offshore drilling in the Gulf is rising, though it's still not at pre-spill levels. According to Genscape's Randall Cullum, one of the biggest challenges for drillers is operating in an environment where it's 20 to 30% less efficient to drill post-spill. The reasons? New well design requirements, the need for increased blowout prevention, and contingency equipment to prevent scenes like this from following in the future.
Everyone has seen how it has impacted BP and the stain to their reputation, the cost that's impacted the company, and nobody else wants to ever have to face that.
Also hoping to avoid a repeat situation, oyster farmers of Louisiana, many of whom fear the impact they currently feel will last for years longer.
Over on this side, we'd have 6 people opening oysters, and on this side, we'd have 7 people. And all combined, you're looking at 18 oyster shuckers.
Al Sunseri distributes oysters at his third-generation family business based in New Orleans and says to this day, the availability of oysters has dwindled, leaving him to lay off nearly his entire staff. And on the water, where oyster farmers harvest their product, Mitch Jurisic Jr. says production is way down from pre-spill levels, but prices are up nearly 300%, helping make up the difference.
I'm at a third of where I used to be. That's still not bad because the price, the price of oysters is 3 to 4 times higher than it was. So it's kind of offsetting the balance. Production is down, but the prices are up. So we're still hanging in there.
As the oyster industry forges forward, so does that of big oil. Plans for offshore drilling projects that have been in the works for years are not going to be abandoned. Genscape estimates 15 to 20 new deep water platforms coming online in the next 5 to 6 years, and says despite the higher cost of production in the Gulf, it's still profitable.
5 years ago, nearly 200 million gallons of oil were spilled into the Gulf of Mexico and 11 people were killed. The goal right now is to make sure a spill of that magnitude never happens again. To take responsibility, big oil players like Exxon, Chevron, and Shell have created a consortium to take responsibility for big oil's role in the industry. They are working on safety, prevention, and restoration. In Norco, Louisiana, I'm Jackie DeAngelis for Nightly Business Report.